Quintessence. 5. Rite proven. Saladin hears Keitel's voice boom over the endless drone of the Imperial cruiser's engines. Grains of bloodied sand trickle from the ceiling of the Cabal-sized elevator and fall against his helm as he rides up to the brightly lit arena floor. Gurn or Oak, Valus in the Empress's service. You challenge the Iron Lord Saladin Forge, Brachus in the Empress's service. You outrank this man. Her words circle the spectator sands, sending a hush through the gathered crew. As it should be, or Oak, his challenger, stands not 10 paces in front of him. Keitel presses. Why challenge him? Did this man slight you? Or Oak turns to her, kicking up sand. He walks our halls, trains our soldiers, and shares our meals as if he is Cabal. That slights. He is not Cabal. I am not the only one to say so. Saladin looks to Keitel. He'd attempted to stop this, tried to staunch unnecessary violence with reason, but tradition is not so easily denied. Earlier. This is ridiculous. Killing your officers only weakens us. Saladin stepped toward Keitel. Even seated in her chambers, her eyes were level with his. Funny how our perspectives have shifted since we first met, Keitel grunted. Why are you humouring this? Quieting rebellious words does not weaken us. It binds authority in blood. Keitel looked back to myriad datapads on her desk. If he submits, no one has to die. That seems likely, Saladin quipped sarcastically. Keitel stood. He wants you stripped of your rank and made to clean war beast pens, indefinitely. And that is worth his life? I know pride isn't a foreign concept to you, Lord. Keitel spat out his title and walked past him. Saladin sneered. The Empress turned to him as she opened her chamber doors, ushering him out. What if you lose? He huffed so hard he almost choked. Now. Keitel nods to Saladin, to Oak. They nod back. When the Rite of Proving was conceived, it was to be a level field of battle. We honour that tradition here. Keitel slams a fist down for emphasis before pointing to the arena floor. Single combat by blades. One life, no light. Death or submission determines the victor. The crowd erupts in roars as a weapon rack rises from the floor. Or Oak lifts a heavy cleaver from the rack. Saladin sees his own axe there. He glares at Keitel for taking it without permission and lifts the axe. With weapons drawn, the Rite of Proving begins. Or Oak lunges and thrusts the cutting edge of his cleaver towards Saladin's ribs. Saladin sidesteps the massive Cabal blade and bats it down with the haft of his axe. The two test each other's range and speed with a series of back and forth, half-committed strikes, until Oak gains favourable footing and bursts forward to swing at Saladin's waist. Saladin narrowly tumbles over the cleaver. Sparks of contact spit from his leg guards. He lands on his knees and jabs the blunt head of his axe against Oak's exposed throat. This is your one chance to yield, Saladin says as the Valor sputters for air and stumbles backward. Oak's cough turns to laughter. He kicks up a cloud of sand and leaps with his cleaver brandished overhead. Saladin wipes granules from his visor and raises his axe to block Oak's heavy swing. The Iron Lord absorbs the shock and controls Oak's blade, sliding it down to catch on his axe head and pivoting the weapon's hefty pommel to butt Oak hard in the face. Oak staggers away and slashes wildly, splitting Saladin's visor and drawing blood. The Iron Lord throws his ruined helm to the ground and wipes blood. He advances, ducking under a deterring swing, parries a second chop away and severs the Valus's hand. Yield! Saladin growls as blood pours onto the sand. Oak looks to him, to the cleaver still clutched in his detached hand, and back to Saladin. Never to you. He dives for the cleaver. Saladin swings, catching Oak's jaw, spewing blood. Oak tenses for a moment, then falls limp. The Iron Lord sighs and wrenches his axe free, painted as a warrior in the eyes of the Cabal. Cheers erupt. Keitel's voice cuts through the frenzied crowd. Rise, Valus Forge!